my channel. I hope you're all doing as well as possible. Today's video is a distance Reiki session for healing from our broken hearts. I wanted to use the energy of the full moon to help clear so that we can start fresh. But if you're watching this at a later date, my intention is the same. We will harness this energy and send it through time and space. So even if you're not watching it on a full moon, you're still receiving that energy. So let's go ahead and light some sage and start this clearing here. So, if you're open to it, let's take a few deep breaths here together. Let's arrive here in this present moment. And let's sit with whatever we're experiencing at this time. So if you can start to identify your emotional experience in this present moment. Then we can start to heal. So with honest reflection and with a real deep curiosity, detectives, discipline, and curiosity. Let's begin to search through your physical body, search the mental plane, and search through your emotional experience. And let's familiarize ourselves with the terrain of today. Where are we? What's here? In whatever way we can, clearing judgment from this search. Just identifying, taking inventory. And then we can slowly add a layer of how do we feel about whatever we might have found, and further to another layer, and say, what could this be trying to teach me? sit with that for a moment. Just scan and see what's here if you're open to it. Will I clear your energy body? And throughout, try to take a deep breath. Deep, rejuvenating, healing breath. And now, let's start to send some love, some compassion, some acceptance into these spaces. Very often, it's hard to go from self-judgment to love. So Lune Innate, she's my Reiki Master teacher, teaches that there's a ladder to climb. So you can go from let's say judgments of self, judgments of others. It's a long way from there to self-love. You can take it a step further and say self-loathing. So what we can do is we can start to slowly climb the ladder. Maybe go from self-loathing to judgment. And then maybe from judgment to indifference. And then maybe from indifference, we can go to acceptance. Accepting things as they are. Focusing really on the heart center for this. And then from acceptance, maybe we can invite some gratitude in. And then maybe from gratitude, we can slowly make our way up to love. So maybe we just want to invite some acceptance in at this time. Or maybe you're really on a high vibe and you can send love to all these spaces. Send love to every aspect of self, even the ugly, even the seemingly unlovable. Maybe you are just high vibing and you can send love there. It's beautiful. And maybe for now, you're just going to send acceptance or indifference. It's all good. Beautiful. Now we're going to light our candle. So, again, if you're open to it, you can feel free to join me lighting a candle. If you're watching this on the full moon, I'm excited that you're here and that we can share in this energy together today. And if you're watching this in the future, perhaps on a full moon in the future, or whenever you're watching this, feel free to light a candle. To ignite this energy from wherever you are. I want to harness the energy from this full moon in particular for healing a broken heart because of some of the properties of this full moon. I know that this video has been requested many times, and I want to honor your experience. I think healing from a broken heart is one of the most devastating experiences because trying to be careful with my words so I'm not disempowering anyone. But it can feel very hopeless. There's so much hope and possibility in love and romantic love and relationships. And when they end, it is like a death of sorts. And I think losing hope is a great tragedy. So I want to honor your experience and the pain, the real grief, deep grief, and also try to ignite that hope. Hope you're all doing well. I'd love to hear how you're doing. Do you feel the energy of this full moon? You're watching it now. And just how are you? How have you been? On my last video, or 2 videos ago, I guess, one of you shared a really, really difficult experience that you're going through. And as with when that happens, most of the time here on this channel, so many of you reach out and say such lovely things, comfort and kindness. So it takes that initial vulnerability of sharing deep pain or whatever you're moving through. And then it takes a great deal of beauty and compassion to, and reading that it brought me to tears when I was reading that. There was nothing I could say that you hadn't already said, so I just hearted the comments, but it was so beautiful. So I just want you to know I'm sending you all so much love. So much love and support. We have some ear-to-ear action happening today, which I'm sure you probably noticed already. Let's set our intention here. If you want to hold your candle, if you're choosing to participate a little bit more, hold your candle in your hand. Try your best to neutralize your thoughts. And if you're not practiced in meditation or regular mindfulness, especially, this can be really challenging. Or maybe some of you are naturally gifted with this. It takes some effort for most of us. But if you're not accustomed to that and haven't practiced it, a nice way of getting there is to try to invite some gratitude in. I'm grateful for, and be honest about what you're grateful for. That can start to lift our vibration and help to be present. Sounds can help us to find that presence, hearing layers of sound. This is what's close, this is what's in the middle field, and then farther field and farther field. So try to neutralize your thoughts as you set your intention here, or even bring some positive thoughts if you're open to that. So on behalf of everyone's highest, wisest, most empowered and aligned self, in loving comfort and perfect balance, I wish to conduct this distance Reiki session for the collective, for healing a broken heart. I'd like to offer support, love, compassion, care, and attention, and also relaxation and comfort. So now if you'd like to clarify, specify, or even set your own intention based on what you're moving through, I now leave this flame open for you to do that now. Lovely. So now I'm going to take this rose incense and I'm going to light it off our candle. Then I will draw the sacred symbols outside of your heart center here. Now I'm just using this smoke to clear anything that's not in service of the intention that we've set. This is a rose incense. I'm not sure if I mentioned that, but it really smells like like roses. I included this in the ritual box, the self-love ritual box. I've had a few of you reach out asking me if I'm planning on restocking. Yes, I'm starting to carve the boxes now, so hopefully I'll have those available for you very soon. I was thinking I would have them publish them at some point in April. So stay tuned. I'll definitely make an announcement here. But thank you for everyone who's got one. I'm so glad that you have been using them and enjoying them. Put a lot of love into them. So this is available to you, a lot of these tools, if you got one of those boxes. I'm going to be using some of the things that I use in those boxes. So you're clearing anything that's not in service of the intention that we've set. Clearing and cleansing, clearing and cleansing, which is really what this full moon can be about, or this full moon energy. Clear and cleanse. This is an old bottle of spray, and in this I have rose essential oil with some purified water. I'm going to be charging this in the full moon tonight. But this is just going to support you as you heal. I want to envelop you in love today. That's really what this session is going to be about. Giving you the love that you deserve. And as always, opening up some space so that maybe not now, spring to your right, but eventually you can start to ask what you may be able to learn from this grief, from this heartbreak. Not taking on burdens down at your feet that aren't yours to carry. Just talking to someone saying that that's a form of perfectionism when you claim all the fault. Because then if you're completely at fault, then you can control. Next time you can control. But sometimes it's beyond our control. Sometimes we have brought certain energy in, and others have brought energy in. So we just have to take back what's ours, but not claim the whole feast. Because if it was all your fault, then you were having a relationship with yourself. So sometimes it feels nicer to say that it's our fault because it makes us feel like we have some agency. It's better to feel angry than hopeless. It's better to feel resolved than helpless. But we can learn even from the mistakes or the ill treatment of another. So shifting from why is this happening to me to what can I learn from this? And also validating your very real experience of grief and loss. Okay, so I'm now going to start placing some stones around you. I'm using one stone for today's session. We are just using rose quartz. Rose quartz. Rose quartz. Lots of different stones, but they are all rose quartz. These are little rose quartz stones that I use to make my ritual candles. So I'm going to take these and place these gemmy pink stones in a grid all around your body. And I'm also going to take these little rosebuds and place these all around your body, embracing you in love. Sending you beautiful, supportive, loving energy. So let's begin. Starting at your heart center on your right side. Placing one stone, and now a little rosebud. Placing the rosebud above, and now placing a stone above that. Lovely. rosebud above that. Lovely. And you can do this for yourself as well. Placing another one here. We're just tracing around your body, filling you up with loving, supported energy. There's so little on cue. Placing that there. You can't tell how pink these are. They're little pink stones. Placing that there. There we go. Yeah. There. There. It's really closed up. There. There. And there. And there. And there. And there. There. It's completely closed. And there. And there. And there. And there. And there. just as it should be. Okay. Now I'm going to place this large round rose quartz on your heart center. And this has a very gentle energy that just sort of radiates outward. Just imagine this beautiful pink, loving, supportive energy swimming all around you, embracing you, and filling up your aura with beautiful, gentle, glimmering light of love, gentleness, compassion, and hope. Sometimes we need destruction to clear the path for our dreams to come true. It's hard to see it now, but I promise it's gonna be okay. I promise it's gonna be okay. So, placing this ever so gently on your heart center. Now taking this rose quartz, it's a raw piece of rose quartz and it has a little point, so I'm going to treat this like a rose quartz point. And I'm going to move through, drawing a few symbols, mainly sending energy to activate these stones that are embracing you. If you have experienced heartbreak and betrayal, and there's a part of you, maybe a very loud part, that thinks, wouldn't revenge be nice? Or I want them to feel what they made me feel. Okay, and look at that impulse. I think the impulse there is to say, I want to feel understood. If they understood how this feels, they wouldn't do it. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be understood. That's valid. Completely. Wanting to maintain or even reclaim your power, that's very valid if that's where the impulse is coming from. As we do the scan at the beginning, you can do a scan after this session to really investigate what's going on if this is what you're experiencing. Call for revenge or something. But I promise again, you won't feel better by exacting revenge. In terms of instant gratification, it might boost your ego, but it will hurt your soul. The meditation teacher, I suppose, he guides the meditations that I do. Here, he said, let go or be dragged. Let go or be dragged. I don't know if he was the one who originally said that, but I love that. Release is a very powerful thing. Releasing control. Releasing expectations. Sometimes things end. We have to release. And I promise it will be hard, but I promise you're gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I promise. I also think the more attention we give these things or these people, the more power they have over us. So I think if you're recovering from a wounded heart, broken heart, then I don't think your heart is broken. I think your heart is working perfectly if you feel pain when something's over. It means that you loved. What a great gift that you have the ability to love so deeply that it physically hurts when it's done. It's a beautiful gift. And there's great hope there. Great hope. So I think because what you give your attention to will grow, this would be a great time to start meditating. And if you want some guidance with meditation, there are beautiful guided meditations. Tara Brach does wonderful guided meditations for heart healing, for all kinds of healing. She's beautiful. She's wonderful. Wonderful for addiction. She does a lot of stuff for addiction. She's just wonderful. Really, she does social justice meditations and mindfulness. She's just great. But I'm also going to come out with a meditation for tomorrow for Monday, so I'll link that below. That'll be on my Restorative Sounds channel, where I'm experimenting with doing nature sounds and bringing that to anybody who might just want a little respite. But I'm going to do an actual meditation over there, so I'll link that as well. But I know that healing from heartbreak is a great time to tap into mindfulness and meditation so that you don't start getting trapped in the vortex of negative thinking and self-doubt and even maybe self-loathing and any of that can kind of envelop us and just cause us to kind of see the world through this instead of opening up and seeing what's actually here, that we can open ourselves up to possibilities. But if you're here, no judgment, you can stay here and still meditate and all of that. It's like protection and self-preservation. You're in your little cocoon. And it's okay, you can stay there. Just be nice to yourself. And don't get revenge. It's not going to be satisfying. It won't feel good. Beautiful. Alright, so now what I'd like to do is borrow from Silver Hair, one of my favorite YouTube channels. I love the cutting that Silver Hair does. And I have these really fancy looking little scissors that I'm using. I got them actually for my new series over on my ASMR channel, which I'm so excited about. But I got these little scissors, and so I wanted to borrow from Silver Hair and just invite in some energetic kind of severing. And this isn't cord cutting. This is just kind of clearing some of the weeds, some of the energetic gunk, and so we can make some space and some room for hope, new beginnings, higher understanding, higher knowledge of self, a deeper understanding of love, a greater familiarity with our personal wants and needs, our personal boundaries. So, using that full moon energy, that clearing, purifying energy, and just severing. So if you're open to it, and you are able to, stand outside and bask bask in the light of the full moon. We talked about moon bathing, star bathing. So maybe bask and bathe in the light of the full moon tonight. And you can set your intention and say, I, on behalf of my wisest, happiest self, in loving comfort and alignment, wish to bathe in this full moon and allow this beautiful light to clear any of the burdens, any of that energetic bonding. Clear the wounds in my heart space, the blockages that might have come up to protect me at this time. I clear that. Clear the grief associated with this individual. And help me to reclaim my energy so that I might move forward from a more empowered and a more aligned place. Sending you so much love. So much love and support. You are loved. You are lovable. You are capable of great love. You are loved. Thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, be well. You're just making sure that your little friend is receiving the kind of care and attention that they need. And so, you can already start to kind of do some hands-on healing. So make sure that you set an intention on behalf of Georgie's highest, wisest, most empowered, balanced, and aligned self. Reiki with Anna.